we're back and we're moving into our second conversation for today as we find out all about a project that was launched by Life and Fashion Photography, and it's called the Top 100 Women of Worth in Belize. Of course, we're joined by the owner of Life and Fashion Photography, Brandon Caetano, and we have two of his creative representatives, Alia Tillett and Kylie Ramdas. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
We are great. Thank you for the energy. It really does help this early in the morning. But Brandon, let's just jump into it. Life and Fashion Photography and this particular project. How did it come about?
Well, what happened is that this year, in March, I feel like we're already in 2021, forgive me. This year in March, what had happened is that I wanted to do a top 10 woman. I wanted to find a way to feature a woman of worth. Every month, at Life and Fashion Photography, I try to do something to signify what is happening in the month. All right. So for September, we did Carnival. In November, we did that thing, Garfina Settlement Day. Christmas, we did Christmas. So every month we try to do something different. And November was more about highlighting women who are making a difference in Belize. I was gonna only do 10, right? I work in the tourism village. So the tourism village, we had a pause, and that was the best thing that ever happened. So I increased my number from 10 to 100. I said to myself, why not do 100? Whatever I do, I wanna do it big. So that's how we came up with top 100 women of worth 2020, and our goal is to do it every year. And we plan to do an event. We plan to have different packages and also an award. And we want to do a special highlight through media.
How did you come about selecting these 100 women?
Well, what happened when I first had the idea, I went to my mom. Right, and my mom was the first person on the board, right? Yeah. And eventually, I had to set up a woman of work committee, right? And what had happened is that as we had the first selection was from me and my mom, because she was telling me about people who are phenomenal women in Belize, and we also approached Women's Commission. They were one of the first persons I went to as well, for the idea, and they gave me a list of names too as well of women who are really phenomenal. So the list was kind of between me and my mom and also Women's Commission. And then as we had grown, we had started to get a lot of nominations, because I told people, I put it up on my WhatsApp and also on the message, that they can recommend and nominate people. And then we would go through an easy selection process at the time. And that is how these women would have been selected. But stepping forward into 2021, we're gonna have a committee to really filter it, right? Because then we're gonna ask for the nominations a month before, and then that way we can really filter it and everything, and then after that we can do so.
Yeah.
So there's a profile that comes along with these individual women?
And there is a what?
Is there a profile that comes along with these individual women for us to know more about them?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So Alia and Kylie, tell us about the experience so far for you. One of the things we do note is that these women come from all different sectors. You're talking about educators, you're talking about, they're involved in just about all types of work. What has it been like learning about them and their work so far?
For me, it has been really amazing. I got to meet plenty of phenomenal women and heard their story and how they reached where they are right now. I really love some of the advice they gave me as a young lady. I love to see how we have women in Belize who stand up for a young woman.
All right.
From my experience, it has been amazing. These women really inspire me, really.
Is there any one particular woman that stands out for you?
Diane Finnegan.
Okay. And for you, Alia?
And Kylie. For mine, it would be Tanya Sanisha.
Okay. All right, so tell me why Diana and Tanya.
Okay, for me, why Tanya is because she told us her story about when she was just starting makeup and how far she have reached, about all the times people turned her down, and that still didn't stop her from being the makeup artist she is today.
Okay.
Tana's future is amazing. Like she
Yeah.
is really amazing.
She is, and she does have a fantastic story that a lot of people don't know. And what about Diane stood out for you, Kylie?
Aliyah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Aliyah. Yeah.
But then Finnegan stood out for me because of politics. I personally wanted to join politics, but she inspired me more. So yeah. How about that?
And one thing, what I tried to make sure was that we had a balance of people in different political arena, because we're not a red nor a blue, right? We had Candice Fitz, we had Zanana Moya, we had the young lady Diane Finnegan. So we have people from both red and blue, because we don't ever want to be labeled by politics or by religion. Okay.
Yeah.
We also have people from the in the world of religion too as well.
Yeah.
So that is one thing we had tried to ensure, that we kind of balance, we seek a balance.
So
Right.
Brendan, you then go in and you photograph all these women, and I'm sure it's probably a really interesting experience as well. When you contact them and let them know that you want to do this profile, tell us about what their reaction is.
Well, it has been a lot of people they're always honored, and I think that a lot of them they're probably used to it, but at the same time too as well, it's like a beautiful thing. So they receive it with a lot of humbleness. Some of them, like especially like some of I realize that like the more things a woman have done, the more they use the word humble. Right, I'm not so sure if we'll get that from the men, you know. But I do someday plan to do something for men. But my goal is to like complete this, and like every year, like let it become bigger and bigger until it comes to the vision that I want it to be before I jump into something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And where have you been sharing this? The women that you've selected so far, their profiles, and photographs.
I've been doing so on the Life and Fashion page, and I've also been featuring them also on the newly established Woman of Worth page as well.
Oh.
It's called Whoa Belize, Woman of Worth.
All right. So, what has been the most rewarding part of this experience so far?
The goal and the vision,
Yeah.
the fact that it is coming alive. You know, my initial goal was to find a way to highlight women that are doing a phenomenal thing in Belize, women that are making Belize a better place. I feel like we have a lot of women, and the thing is, it's not like women that is always on the screen that is also a woman of work. Some of them are women that are just house moms, making a difference in their own way. There's a lot of phenomenal women in Belize that are doing their own thing in all sectors of society. It can be business, it can be religion, it can be in the era of paralegal, it can be in education. There's a lot of women doing their own thing, and for me, the biggest reward is seeing that, you know, that we're able to know that, okay, this country is not where it is only because of politics. It's not where it is only because of, you know, a certain era, right? There's a lot of sectors that come together to make Belize what it is today, and so that's what I'm glad for. There's a phrase that I love that says, by ourselves, we can move faster, but together we can move farther. And so I believe that it took a lot of hands into Belize that made Belize what it is today.
So you've already profiled all 100 women, or people can go to the page and see all of them?
Well, we are still completing the 100. We're at, I think, 89. So it's just I already have all the pictures, so it's just to complete the pictures off and then to post them up before the year is end.
All right, well, you have a few days before year's end.
Yes.
I know some people are probably difficult to get photographs of.
Huh?
I said, has it been difficult to get people?
Well, Sorta, especially since the COVID-19, because what had happened is that we had started in March, and we did 60 plus women in March already, and then we had to slow down due to COVID-19. COVID-19 had kind of shift things around, so we didn't start shooting again until November.
Wow.
Right? And
Yeah.
we even have the phenomenal Marlene Coyar. She's probably one of the only one that's left to shoot in this year. Right? But one thing that
Put me on the spot.
one thing that
I know, I've been
one thing that-
rescheduling from March. I'm terrible.
Yes, absolutely. Because Marlene is an amazing woman as well, and we all know that, right? And so, one thing that I plan to do though is because what I really wanted to do with this event is to do a whole conference. I wanted to do a retreat and everything. And so I'm thinking about pushing everything here into 2021 and to really give all the women that woman of work feeling that I really want to give them. You know, because there's so much to it, right? I wanted to really set up a talk show here for the whole month and, you know, have like 5 women every day, you know, talk about their self and talk about what it took for them to become who they are. There's a whole lot that I want to do. So I might just use this 2021 to really push everything in, you know, the conference and the forums that I want to do, and also the retreat that I want to do for the top 100 women of work from this year. Right, and then start afresh in 2022. That's what I do plan to do.
All right. Well, you have definitely made the start in being able to let people know that you have found these women. I love that you found people from all different backgrounds and contributing in many different ways, because you're right. A lot of times people who are more in the forefront are the ones that get recognized, but there's so many women I know who work hard behind the scenes that do deserve to be recognized. So thank you for doing that. And people can find these women on Women of Worth, Belize on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, Brandon, Aliyah, and Kylie, thank you for joining us this morning and telling us all about what you've been doing, and best of luck. We do hope that this project manifests into everything that you had first imagined, and we look forward to seeing it as well.
Amen.
All right. Stay safe, everybody.
God bless.
All right.
Take care.
There you have it. Women of Worth.
Yes, 100 of them.
That's right. And there are many more in Belize. I think that's what's great about this project. You know, who they identify this year is just the start. There'll be so many other people who we can find out more about their stories through this project. So best of luck to Brandon and his team at Life and Fashion Photography. We're going to go ahead now and take a break. And when we come back, we'll be doing a wrap-up. So please stay tuned.